Let me show you this pretty mosquito that I talked about in my last video. It's actually prettier than in real life. How do I make it look clear for you? It looks prettier in real life, if you believe me. They look like little snowflakes. I mean, it doesn't really show their true beauty on the camera because the camera... Look how pretty they are. Oh, little thing just resting there. Not really trying to suck me dry. They don't really try to suck you dry. They just try to get their own portion. They just try to get just little drop out of you. That's it. Look how small they are. They don't really even drink much. The one thing that bothers me is first I know that they spread disease. But maybe here they don't, because here it's not like in the jungle. It's not in Amazon jungle where they spread the disease across the animals, the people, and the villages inside the mountains. I think where I live in the town is fine, right? They don't spread disease here. Another thing that bothers me is they bite me and my skin just becomes swollen and it just gets super itchy. If it doesn't happen, if they don't spread disease and then nothing happens to my skin after they bite me, I can feed them. I can sit here and then feed 100 of mosquitoes. I think it'll be fine. They can just take like 200 drops of blood out of me. That's how much. That's 200 drops is like 200 drops. Like 1 milliliter would be 10 drops. 200 drops is like 20 millimeter. There aren't even 100 fucking mosquitoes out here. You sit here, you get bitten by like 10 mosquitoes at most, and 10 would be 20 drops of blood out of you maybe. Each. I don't think they can even drink 1 drop of blood. I think maybe 2 drops. Yeah, they can do it, and 220 millimeter would be 2. 20 drops would be 2 millimeter blood. How much is that? You cut your finger, and even that would be more than 2 millimeter. Like 20 drops of blood. Like it also depends on how big a drop is. How big a drop is? I think it's just 1 drop. I think just each mosquito would just get 1 drop. I think each time they suck at you, and it would be less than 1 drop that they suck out at you, because I can see like a mosquito would need to bite me several times to become full. So, and that's also where the problem is. It's funny when you have a mosquito right at home. They won't leave you alone after 1 bite. They bite you several times. So every time they bite just a little bit, they just suck far less than 1 drop, like maybe 1/10 of a drop of blood each time they suck. They suck at you and suck on you. And the other day I had a mosquito in my place, and I didn't want to kill it. I normally I would kill them, but I just more and more, day by day I feel less and less like killing things, even mosquitoes. I'll still kill the ants though in my bathroom, because they're there all the time, and you can't kill them. You can't. Like every time I kill like some, and the next day they still are there. So, and they're super small, so it makes it much easier for me to like kill them. Like I wouldn't feel too guilty. 'Cause they're like as big as dusts, all bigger than dusts. That's it. But mosquitoes, they're bigger, and especially, are you trying to suck me out here? This one here. Look how pretty it is. Holy shit, look how pretty that is. Holy cock. Holy shit, I can pet it. Can I not? Oh, you let me pet it. How nice. Oh, shit. Here it is again on my suck. Here's another one on my hand. I just scared it away because it will definitely suck on my hand. because it's exposed skin, and on my sock I can just let it rest. Maybe is it trying to suck through the sock? What are you doing there, little buddy? Sometimes they really just rest on you, you know? I like the mosquito in my place. Sometimes I would just look at it and I would notice that sometimes it was really close to my skin, but it wouldn't just start to attack, start to have its dinner. It would just fly around, and just sometimes it would just be sitting even on my clothed part of the body rather than the exposed part of my skin, you know. Sometimes they just chill. They aren't always trying to eat you. Oh man, how pretty that is. Pretty thing. Oh, it put its little leg on my finger. Did you see it? It put its little hind leg on my finger. This one I'm approaching it from the front, so it saw me. So they have eyes. That's so cute. They can see you. That's so cute. I learned about mosquitoes that they detect where you are through the CO2 that you emit, like through your skin and breath. So actually, if you don't clean yourself, like you don't take a shower, you would attract more mosquitoes, because of the CO2 or the sea that's coming, the smell of the sea, the carbs coming out of your body. If you take a shower but you're still breathing, like if you hold your breath, they wouldn't be able to find where you are. I think that's what I read or saw on TV or what, I don't remember where. It has nothing to do with your blood type. It's a myth that it has something to do with your blood type. My blood A type, and I think the A type blood, I think it really suits me. Like, I kind of feel like I'll be surprised if I'm told I'm an O type person or a B type. I think this A type really suits me. And look at this one here. Oh, what is she doing with the hind leg raised? You know, it's definitely female mosquitoes would come out and hunt. That's what I heard. Oh, look at how pretty they are. Oh, they are very pretty. But you still can't just suck on me, you know? Because it hurts. You know, when they try to put their little needle through your skin, it hurts. You can feel it if you're paying attention. You can't feel it if you're focusing on something else. But, you know, many times they sting me. I feel it the moment they do it. It's really light, very, very mild pain, but sharp and short, like a little needle. Literally just a little needle going into your skin. Look at this one here, is trying to suck my heel. And this one here is like, well, what are they doing, raising their hind leg like that, you know? Like a little tail. Earlier this day, I saved a worm. I made a video about it. I don't know if it would be posted before this video, because I'm gonna post all 3 videos at the same time. I think the shortest one would finish first. So yeah. But this one will probably be shorter than that one, so maybe this one will be posted earlier, and then you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But in the video where I was talking about saving the worm, you would be able to see the worm, and it's so cute. I even like the spiders in my place. You know, I talked about it in a different video. Them, not just one. Look at this pretty thing. Oh. What is it trying to do with his hind leg up like that, like a ballet dancer? I would never get along with people that just can't appreciate small animals, including insects. Oh, this one is trying to suck me. I can see he's trying with this little mouth. There's a little mouth thing. Little straw. It's so funny to think that they don't have mouth, is that they have a straw. It's just so funny. Take your straw out of my skin. Take that straw out. Look at a little mosquito. This one isn't super pretty. This one isn't that pretty. This one is a younger one, you can see. It's not that pretty yet. Oh, is it actually it's not actually a leg. It's actually their tail. Or is it? Okay, you're... It failed and it flew away. Thankfully, you know, these pants are... The tissue is really tough tissue, almost like jeans, so they can't poke through with their straw. La la la. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. You ain't gonna eat my face. Get out. Okay? There are like 2-3 of them surrounding me, flying around. I mean, we have the same type of color. They are black and white, and so am I. Black and white. Okay, that's the end of this video. Just to show you the mosquitoes that I was talking about in case you are curious. I'm sure you get curious. You can hear I talk very fast and I talk a lot all the fucking time. It's because I got no fucking person to talk to on a daily basis for a whole fucking year. I got no one to talk to, man. Like to talk, talk to, it doesn't mean like if I have someone to talk to, I'm talking. You know, with some people you can't talk about yourself. You can't talk sincerely, authentically. Like, for example, with any stranger walking by me right now, I can just go up to them and start talking about myself. I'm an introvert. I have to make sure this person first has similar values as me so that they have the possibility to understand me at all. There's a possibility for them to understand me at all. That's when I can try to start talking about myself to see if they actually do understand me. And the people that hold similar values as me are really rare, according to my life experience. So I am an INFP, a 4W3 and 5. Most people are not INFPs. In my whole life, I have not met one fucking INFP, you know. In real life, on the internet, there are a bunch of them. In real life, not my classmates, not my family members, none of them. So I didn't really make true friends. I didn't get really any true real friendships with anybody. And even if it could be an INFP, I am a really particular type of INFP, like a really typical type. That's, you know, the adjectives that describe an INFP are idealistic, or like, you know, I don't know, value driven. Like, these two traits on me are extreme. Okay, I'm extremely value driven. I make every single important decision based on my values, following my heart, my passion, basically my feelings, not using, you know, or like when I'm looking at a person trying to decide if we can become friends, I need to make sure first they have similar values so that they can, like, we can talk at all, you know what I mean? Like, for many people, it doesn't matter, you know, they can just talk about shit with anybody. And that's not satisfying to me because I need deep connections. You know, that's also a trait that INFPs have. And to me, it's extreme. It's very extreme. And for some other INFPs, it's not that extreme. So I don't really get along with them. Like, even if you can be an INFP, we might still not get along because we might hold different values. That's one thing. Second thing is, you might not crave profundity as much as I do, and that would just bother me because that could just create this chance for us not to build a deep enough bond. Well, you know, that really completely depends on if we hold similar values, if you can understand me, basically, to make it simple. You know, I've been sitting here on the grass talking to a phone recorder for 2 hours. Actually, just 1 hour. Half an hour of the last video, and I'm making another one right now. It's just 10 minutes so far, 15 minutes. You can see how hungry I am to find someone to talk to like this. I could never talk to someone like this the way that I'm talking right now, unless if I'm really drunk. Yeah, when I'm really drunk, I don't give a damn shit. That's when I can relax from my constant calculate. I don't want to call it calculating mind. It's just a constantly, working mind that's thinking, feeling constantly, and it can't be ignored. But when I'm drunk or tipsy, I don't know if I ever get really drunk. Maybe just a couple times, and I would never get that drunk ever again. It doesn't feel comfortable at all, and you can't even talk if you're really drunk. Just tipsy, and my mind could really relax. My human mind part could just really relax, and my true self could just really leak out and be free. I once did this on the internet, doing this of stranger video chats. In order for me to be able to talk to strangers truthfully and really authentically without thinking about all the shit that I just told you, I drank some alcohol, they were 6 degree or 8 degree alcohol. I drank a liter or 600 milliliter of it, because I just thought about how I functioned with the alcohol, before my past experience. I thought maybe 6 milliliter. I think it was just 1 liter, because I used to have, cider when I was in the UK, and I would have ciders. I could have 5 of them, each. It was 1 pint each, and I could just have 5 of them. I would still feel not drunk, very tipsy, really, really comfortable state, but still not drunk, because I've been drinking a lot of water at the same time. So I thought 1 liter would be totally fine for me. So I think it was 1 liter, or just 500 milligram. I really don't milliliter. I don't really remember. Maybe just 500 milliliter. And I drank it. I drank quite some before I started the video chats, and just with strangers, just to talk to them, just to try to find maybe, just to hopefully again to find my soulmates or people that could really understand me, or try to actually that time I was trying to. That was just about a year ago. Yeah. Probably more, not a year ago, not at all, half a year ago, no, maybe 8 months ago, I was trying to spread this idea of I try to let more people know about near-death experiences. I was trying to do that, so I had a drink to do that, and yeah, it worked well. I could talk to every stranger really relaxedly. And one of them thought I was high because I looked too relaxed, and I looked my hair was kind of messy for a second. And I was really, really relaxed. I think what they would call stoned those people that smoke. Really relaxed and just talk whatever the fuck I want without thinking about what they could be thinking about me. And I couldn't find anybody. I couldn't find anyone that would really get into what I'm talking about. That's also one thing through which I learned to never push it. To never push it to anybody. To never try to push it at all. You could, for example, I try to tell people about near-death experience or anything about spirituality. People that are really against it, you can never talk them into it. You can never talk them into it if it's not the right timing for them. If they don't believe, they just won't. No matter what you do, there's nothing you can do if they just can't open up themselves. They just keep dismissing it as mysticism. One person dismissed it this way before. they dismissed it. They say spiritual stuff, spirituality is just for uneducated people, or spirituality is talking about bullshit, superstition, non-scientific or bullshit, near-death experience, mysticism. Even they calling near-death experience studies mysticism without actually learning about it at all. I was trying to sending this list of videos talking about actually scientific studies backed by actual peer-reviewed scientific studies. I sent it to them without having a fucking look at it, or they just had a fucking look at it and immediately exited it and said to me, it's all just mysticism, nothing scientific, and I don't want to have anything to do with it. And I got super mad, but I didn't attack them, you know. I know to control my my reaction to people these days. I just I said you disappointed me or something like that. I didn't really say something. I was so emotional, attacking him, saying you're a fucking idiot. I didn't say things like that. I just say why can't you be more open, blah blah blah, and then I stopped. I walked away. No, it was just in texting messages. I just stopped talking to them. Well, they also stopped talking to me, which is fun because that person, you know, is one that would text me all the time without me replying. You know, there are some people that would just keep you sending messages every year in holidays, even if you don't reply to them. And then, I don't know if a group message or what, but they would do it all the time. And I thought maybe because of that, and then maybe because he liked me that much, then he would actually consider have a close look at what I'm talking about, what I was talking about. Actually, that didn't happen, you know. And thankfully, that also stopped that person from ever messaging me again, because that person would message me every holiday, because I just wanted to be friends with him, and then he was attracted to me somehow, physically, I think, obviously. And you know, if you're a female, you would have these problems on the internet. You would have a bunch of people that would just message you all the time every holiday and just say I thought it was just me, but I saw on the internet some other people were talking about the same thing. A bunch of strangers just would be texting them every single time, even for years, you know, for years and years. It doesn't look like a group message. It just was the thing they do. It's just something you experience as a female. And then he just never. I think it's Christmas. Normally he would say Merry Christmas, blah blah blah, or you know, any holiday he would send something. I didn't check though, but I think he didn't send anything. I think he didn't, because which is great, you know. Now all together, we're clear. Now you won't send me any more messages, and now because you feel okay now. In his head, he might think now, okay, she is a fucking idiot. She just sent me, because he is a scientist, you know, again, and he might think I'm a fucking non-educated, superstitious idiot talking about near-death experience, or, you know, anything about spiritual. Actually, I didn't even dare to send him a list about interviews with near-death experiencers. What I sent him was that list of studies, scientific studies, backed up by peer-reviewed. If you ever have a fucking read, just read any one of those articles, you wouldn't be dismissive. Wouldn't be that dismissive, but he wasn't even open enough to click into one of those videos and just have a look and actually have a fair investigation. Just had a fair look at that list and just gone. Just make that conclusion. Mysticism, nothing, bullshit. Not scientifically rooted bullshit. Oh man, it breaks my heart, because what I learned about those scientists, they carry out those experiments without funding. Because they were at the beginning, decades ago, it was extremely hard, because nobody would fund something such as a near-death experience study. Because what would it do? What it does? It's all for those people that could fund. They want something practical. They want something that would actually
make them money. Things like a near-death experience is unheard of, and it's all like, it's not real. It's just what people made up. So nobody would fund these studies. Those scientists had to fund themselves to carry out these studies using their spare time, just to do this thing out of a true pursuit for truth, out of true passion. It's something really genuine that they're trying to do, and just today, decades later, still being dismissed by so-called scientists and their peers, still being dismissed decades later. And that just really makes me angry. And okay, at least it's better now. These days it's getting better and better and better and better and better. It's only getting better in the future, no doubt. Because, more and more and more people are open to, because millions, not just millions, I doubt, maybe millions. Tens, hundreds of millions of people have had near-death experience all over the world. And more people are telling their stories. More and more people are aware of these experiences. Even among those little people, those few people that I know in my life, 2 people have had near-death experiences, only that they told me. What about the rest that had never actually told me? I don't even know, they might have had near-death experience, but they have never told anybody, let alone me, because they're just acquaintances, like, for example, my classmates, and people in my family, maybe even people like in my family, my relatives. Some of them definitely have had near-death experiences, but they were confused. They didn't know it was a thing. They thought it was something that was really confusing. Or too private, like most experiencers would feel. They would not talk about it for years, for even decades. They wouldn't talk about it with anybody, because they're afraid to be caught crazy. They're afraid of being dismissed, being not understood, because it's such an intimate experience for them. It's surreal. It's super real for them. They don't want to be dismissed, and they know that they won't be dismissed, because look at it and thinking about, okay, I died and I saw the lights, and I saw the dead relatives, I saw angels. Of course they would expect to be dismissed. So, and yet at the same time, the experiences felt super ultra real, more real than real life to them. They would keep it to themselves. They'd rather keep it to themselves until they could find someone that could actually validate these experiences, rather than dismissing them. And now we have this. The world is evolving. Even the science, science field is advancing. Is getting more open. Is has been carrying out these studies for fucking decades, and with the internet, it's being seen and more 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 and more, and very soon everybody would know what near-death experience is. It'll be a normal thing, just like depression. Like decades ago, nobody knew shit about depression, but now everybody talks about it, at least in the Western world. Even here in my country, people know what depression is, because if some famous people got depressed, there was depression and killed themselves, or, so it's actually a real thing, especially with the younger people becoming adults, like me, became adults, and younger people that are more in contact with their inner worlds than the last generation, like my parents, and they were just really practical and pragmatic people that wouldn't have anything to do with their inner world, or wouldn't think about anything at all, rather than the real fucking life to deal with. And the younger people are just more self-aware and just creating this space for depression to be known. And the same thing would happen with everything else that I said, including spirituality. A near-death experience basically is a portal that opens people up to spirituality through a scientific way, which is perfect, because most people in the world, they're following scientism. That's a negative term, actually. Just Google it up. They don't believe in anything other than said by scientists, other than okay, they're gone. And
So, oh fucking shit, I just looked up and I saw this group of fucking bugs right above me. Well, they're not bothering me, they're hanging right above my head and they are scary because there are a lot of them, like 100 of them. I need to move. I don't know if it's because of me they are there, but it's just a spot that I would sit all the time. And they're really following me. I just moved and then I looked up again. I just saw them right above my head. Holy shit, what the fuck do they want? I'm really scared. I need to run. Fucking shit. Holy shit. They're gone. Holy shit. Scared of me. Well, you would be scared as me if 100 fucking bugs follows you around. Oh shit. I was trying to stay calm or I would have screamed. What do I think? I think I should just go home right now. It's in the evening right now and they start playing the music. And one thing I want to do, I really want to go ahead and have a research on this Spanish-speaking group in the world to see if they're open-minded enough to accept and what their attitude is towards non-binary Spanish speakers, so that I would feel comfortable enough to continue learning the language. What was I saying before the bugs? You know, I was talking about something. I was talking about a near-death experience being a portal opening the world to spirituality through a very scientific way, because they're just very advanced today, you know, after decades and decades of studies done. The studies carried out, like, very advanced about near-death experience, you know, very peer-reviewed, verified, actual, true scientific studies. And hundreds of them. Well, probably even more than thousands of them. Okay, right now I'm at home. I think I've finished everything that I wanted to say, so maybe this is the end of the video. And I'll talk to you later after I done my research about the Spanish speakers and gender non-binary people that speak Spanish. Okay, now play my instrument. My little guitar for a while. Okay, see you later.